Hey everybody, I thought we'd work today with watercolors. Everybody seems nervous about watercolors, so I thought a video would be a big help, and we're going to make rainbows. How many rainbows have you made in your life when you were a little kid? You've probably made 1,000,000 of them, so let's get to it. So let's start off with a book I've worked with for a long time called Colorful World. Thames and Hudson. I'm pretty sure it's available online, but it's, as you can see, I use it a lot. It's just a gorgeous book filled with all sorts of wonderful photos and all different sorts of color combinations. So, oh, gorgeous page. So I do use this a lot as inspiration. I use it all the time. And I love this book, so you might want to look for that. And the other book I got recently because I felt like my color combinations were getting a bit stale is called Color Mastery. It's a quilting book, but the same principles apply, and it's well, it's got a lot of color wheels in it and talks about working around the color wheel and choosing colors, a more scientific method than I usually use, but I'm having some fun with it, especially in terms of playing with quilt colors, quilting fabrics, and going through fabrics and just trying to come up with new combinations, which can be a lot of fun. But anyway, let's get to watercolors. Here's a nice clean sheet in my moleskin, my watercolor moleskin, and the other things I have today is a watercolor palette, and I have laid them out a while ago, and then I just let things dry and close this palette when I'm done painting, and then give them a spray with some water. And I have a big fat brush. I don't know, what number is this? I don't know, it doesn't say, or it's painted over where it would say. A spray bottle, a rag, la-di-da, and just some water. I like to keep two pails of water, one for clean and one for dirty. So if my brush is dirty with paint, I can rinse it out in the dirty side and then pick up some and do a second rinse in the clean side. Keeps your colors cleaner. So for this, I'm going to dip into, first I'm going to start with yellow, and I'm just going to take that yellow paint, load up my brush with yellow, and I'm going to leave a little space here and put a stripe of yellow down. Rinse, rinse, and go to red. I've got some red here. I'm pretty sure that's cadmium red. And just another stripe down. Okay. And then I'm going to go over to this blue, pick up some blue and another stripe. Okay. Just leaving some space between. Okay. So there's the three primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. So now I've got the blue at the end here. I'm going to actually go back to this beginning area, and on top of that yellow I'm going to paint another stripe of blue, and you can see it. Can you see it creeping over there and creating green? Let's do a little more. You can definitely see it now. You can see it turning green now. So let's just fill that in with some green. I lost all my yellow, so I'll paint a little bit more here. And in between the yellow and the red, I'm going to paint some more yellow. And we'll get orange. That's a nice orange. And then the red, I'm going to carry that over a little further. And the blue, I'm going to carry, the final stripe was blue, so I'm going to take that back into the red again and come up with purple. So that's the simple practice of, you can see how vibrant that purple is. I'm going to show you one more thing today, and that is to take some of this blue, which is Winsor blue, by the way. I'm using Winsor & Newton paints. And I'm going to add this Winsor red to it. Okay, and there you can see that really fabulous purple. Okay, so there's the purple. And then we're going to do the same thing. Look, oops. Oh well, that's okay. I'm going to take blue and yellow. That's a kind of a muddy green. I'm going to try that again. Let's try blue and yellow. Alright, and there we have a green. It's a bit more of a blue-green, but it's actually very nice. Just add a little more yellow to it. And then finally, once again, I've got the red and yellow, and you see it's definitely orange. And here it is on the page. Can we see that? Making sure. Yeah, I think we got that. So there's the rainbow. What else did I miss? If I take some of this purple that I just mixed, I'm going to add a bit more red to that purple so that you wind up with a red violet. So you can have, the reason I like to mix my watercolors is because your colors, you've got a lot more flexibility if you learn how to do this. It's really not all that difficult. Just take some practice. I'm going to add some black to this sort of burgundy red and see what happens. This is the other thing I absolutely adore about watercolors, is all that bleeding you get. So I put some black in there, maybe a little more red, and you've got like that deeper plummy color. So that is watercolors, slapping them on the page. I'll be back soon with some more watercolor journaling.